That's my baby girl right there. Ooh, she with her friends. I'm a dog, I ain't shit. I'ma wind up hitting her friends. Bad guy, outlaw. Ooh, I'm like Pac, but I ain't die after the second time I got shot.
What's good? This is Tico, Tren, Red Pill, and I am doing this video. It is about the title. The title is "She's Not Your Friend, It's Just Your Turn." Basically, it kind of sort of is coined after the one phrase that we use in the Red Pill community: "She's not yours, she's just your turn. It's just your turn." The same thing goes with friendships too, because a lot of people always leave out friendships and stuff like that. The same thing goes with friendships too. Um, a little lesser known fact about friendships. Friendship or not, or relationship or not, if a woman wants to spend time with you, let you be friends or in a relationship, she would drop everything or figure out stuff or move heaven and earth to do it. At the end of the day, it's pretty much the nature of the beast. It don't matter if you're a friend or if you're a fucking boyfriend or in a relationship status. Basically, if she really wants to spend time with you, she'll pretty much make it happen for all intents and purposes. This is something that a lot of men need to learn. So if you're a friend or if you have a significant other, if she really wants to spend time with you, she'll make time for you. A good example of that is a friendship I used to have with somebody before I broke off the friendship. Basically, not too long ago, we literally used to spend time together about like at least once to twice a week, basically, outside of her job because she worked in a bar. But outside of her job, we used to spend time together once or twice a week, basically. The irony to it is we were talking about this and it turned into an argument before we stopped being friends, where she said, and I quote, you know how hard it is to spend time with me, this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. And I go, yeah. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, no, the hell it wasn't. It wasn't that hard last year. It wasn't that hard between the months of November to December when you were at your busiest. So I'm gonna need you to knock it the fuck off, basically, is what I was thinking in the back of my mind. Meanwhile, in the front of my mind, I'm sitting there just laughing there like, yeah, okay, heifer. We used to spend time at least once to two times a week. If you count your job, we spend time together anywhere between uh 3 to 5 times a week, basically, if you counted your freaking job. So shut the fuck up. It's not hard to hang with you. Just say you don't want to hang with me. Like I'll respect you better if you quit lying to my damn face and say you don't want to hang with me. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's true. Like it doesn't matter what's going on. It don't matter how tired they are. It don't matter. It don't matter what the shenanigans are, whatever the heck they got going on. They'll always find time for you at the end of the day. That's if you're a friend or if you're dating in general. So that will always apply at the end of the day. If she's into you, she'll spend time with you, friend or not. If she likes you, she'll spend time with you, friend or not, basically. Um, that's one of those things. So that's something that you got to take with you. On top of that, the minute they start using excuses for not spending time with you, that's when it's time for you to not be friends anymore. It doesn't matter what's going on. I mean, it's one thing if something like drastic happens, like death in a family. Okay, cool, 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 cool. However, if there's nothing going on and they don't want to spend time with you, and they make up excuses for not spending time with you, 86 of them. Now, before I hear some people in the comment section, what if they're really tired? Okay, and aren't you really tired? Aren't you? But you spend time with that person, don't you? Even though you're really tired. Okay, then I'm gonna need the energy to be both ways. Then, so I'm gonna need you to shut up with that. I'm gonna need you to miss me with that excuse for women, and quit trying to always quarterback for women, basically, or try to simp for women, saying this, that, and the other. What's up, no name? But the sad part about that, when it comes to women, no matter if you're a friend, family, or significant other, they'll always, if they like you, they'll always spend time with you. They'll find time for you, basically. They'll make time for you. If they don't like you, they'll make excuses for not wanting to spend time with you at the end of the day. It's just the nature of the beast, and it's just facts. Like a good example of that is this same friend. I shit you not. Now, I went through some stuff I went through some personal stuff, and I needed a friend to lean on, basically. So I asked her, can she hang out with me so I can actually, clear my head, basically. She said she was tired. So I said, okay, cool. And she goes, well, I'm tired. Well, this, that, and the other. Well, first off, let me rephrase that. When I asked her to hang out with me, I said, she said, I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I will or not, basically. So what ends up happening is she doesn't even let me know. So she doesn't text me. She goes radio silence, basically. And I go sarcastic. I go, thanks. She goes, what are you talking about? I'm not hanging out. I'm going to bed. I go, yeah, that's the point. Thanks for letting me know that you were coming or not, basically. And it's basically one of those things where, like, the minute they stop texting you and they can't text you, they don't want you around. They don't want to be around you. They don't care about you, basically. So if they tell you that they're going to text you and they don't, or they tell you they're going to call you and they don't, or they tell you they're going to tell you something and they don't, you're not important. That's one sign that you're not important anymore. You are of no priority to them, and your time means nothing to them, basically. At the end of the day, what's up, Hank the man, Hank the mean man? So that's what that basically means when they don't text you or don't follow through with what they say. That means you're not important, and your time and your anything that you got going on means nothing to them, basically. You're nothing to them. You mean nothing to them. You would never be nothing to them, basically. So they're basically treating you like a peasant at that point in time. Sadly, that's pretty much how that works. Um, and that's one of those things that you'll run into. That it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, friendship, or anything else under the sun. If if she wants, or even if you're siblings or cousins or family, if they like you, they'll spend time with you at the end of the fucking day. It's pretty much what it is. Another thing that you have to understand too is women will actually tell on themselves by accident. A lot of them are stupid enough to actually tell on themselves. Like this friend literally that told me she was tired the week before, literally turned around the next week, must have slipped her mind. She literally said that she was at the bar the day when she was actually tired. So, in all technicality, you weren't tired. You just didn't want to spend time with me, and you lied to me, basically. And we're friends. Why? You wonder why we're not friends anymore. Interesting. I never told her that I actually know that she was actually at the bar the day when I actually asked her to hang out with me because I needed somebody to talk to clear my head. I never mentioned it, but I'm pretty sure she probably realized it after the fact, after it was a little bit too late, basically. So she's basically out at the bar drinking when she told me she was tired. I was like, okay, cool, and I basically stopped being her friend. Before that, basically, because I knew she was full of shit. So it's one of those things where you have to understand the concept and understand how everything's working. Like I said, it doesn't matter what she is. It don't matter if she's your friend. It doesn't matter if she's your girlfriend. It doesn't matter if she's your wife. It doesn't matter if she's your sister, your cousin, anybody. If a female likes you enough, they'll make the time for you. No matter if they're tired, no matter if the roads are frozen, no matter if anything, basically, they would always make time for you. It's pretty much how it works. So remember that, men. Don't put yourself on a back burner for a woman who's not willing to respect your time or respect you enough to actually tell you the truth, and or respect you enough to respect your time and your efforts. Don't ever, ever, ever put yourself in a situation with a woman like that, my guys. And if you do, find some way out of it very quickly, or just ghost them, straight ghost them. I typically like the more blunt approach because I like rubbing it in as I do it because I'm a dick and it's fun. So I like that approach much more. I will ghost somebody if I don't really deem it necessary because ghosting is actually much fun, is a lot of fun too. But typically just get yourselves out of that situation. If you're in a situation with a woman, it don't matter if it's family, friend, or significant other, get your ass out of that situation because obviously you're not a priority in her life. So obviously, if you're not going to be a priority in her life, then you don't need to be around them and they don't need to be around you at the end of the day. It's pretty much all it really is, and that's all it would ever be. They don't need to be around you, and you don't need to be around them. Remember that, man. Remember that. I'm trying to think of something else that I was actually thinking of. Um, like I said, they would always make time for you no matter what the hell's going on in their life if they actually like you. If they like you enough and you meet a certain threshold, they will actually drop whatever they got going on. Or it would drop somebody else for you, basically, if you're actually their friend, or if you're actually their favorite friend, or if you're actually, you can tell how much they like you bad, how much time they spend with you at the end of the day. And if you have to make an excuse to spend time with a woman, or if you have to, explain why you got to spend time with a woman, like she doesn't know what's going on in your life, if she's your friend or family member, then you don't need that woman around in your life at all at the end of the day. Because now she wants you to kiss her ass and wants you to bend over backwards for her to spend time with you while you're going through some shit. But the neat thing about women like that is they'll drop all their problems on you, no problem, but they have a problem with taking on anything that you got going on in your life. But they'll do some hindsight 2020 shit in a heartbeat. They would do some hindsight 2020 shit in a heartbeat, my guy. They would do some, well, oh, if you'd have let me know, I'd have been there. Bitch, you wouldn't have been there. Shut up. Bitch, you had every opportunity to be there. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. And that's typically how it is. And it's like you basically got to let them know that they're full of shit, basically. And if you can't let them know you're full of shit, you just roll your eyes and just walk away. And if they're on the phone with you and they say some shit like that, just hang up on them and be like, the call must have dropped. Like real shit, because you don't need women in your life like that. You don't need women in your life that's not going to, that's not there for you, but they want you to be there for you. They want you to be there for them, but they don't want to put in the same effort or time. They don't want to put in the same effort and time for you that you put in for them, listening to their problems. If they can't do that for you, you don't need them as friends. You don't need to be a pillar for everybody. Sometimes people need to be a pillar for you. And the sad part about that is you might be a pillar for yourself, but sometimes that pillar needs a support pillar, basically, to keep himself going or herself going. So if you don't got a support pillar and they're not your support pillar and they don't support you and they don't got your back when you're going through some shit, you don't need them around. Cut them out of your life. They're nonsensical. They're very asinine to have around. Get rid of them, basically, at the end of the day. It's basically like K-Cam says, it ain't nothing to cut a bitch off, basically. And this is typically one of the things that a lot of women have a problem with when it comes to me. And they know, because the sad part about that, I have a lot of people who would tell me in a heartbeat, well, I don't want to talk to you no more. Don't ever talk to me again. And don't even come visit me at my job. And this, that, and the other, Tico. This, that, and the other. I go, okay. And then motherfuckers flip the script, be like, flip the script on you and be like, oh, Tico, oh, yeah, this, that, and the other. Like, bitch, you just said not to talk to you no more, not to do all this stuff, and you don't want to speak to me anymore. You don't want to see me no more. And all of a sudden, you sending me a text message like the next day or minutes later. Like, are you freaking serious right now? Do you even hear yourself right now? And this is the type of stuff that you'll run in. This is the type of stuff you'll run into when it comes to women. And I've always found it funny because I ain't got no problem with like losing somebody in a heartbeat, especially if you weren't shit in my life. Basically, if you weren't supporting nothing, you weren't shit anyway. You ain't helped me through anything, and you don't have any. If you don't have any value in my life, I can get rid of you. Basically, I basically view people in my life like stock. If the stock's going bad, sell it. Get rid of it. Basically, get rid of it. The stock's going good, buy into it. Put time and effort into it if the stock is going good. If it's doing bad, get rid of it. ASAP, get rid of it, basically. And that's basically how I view a lot of my friendships and a lot of my friends and a lot of, especially female friends. If you have no value, you never brought any value to this relationship or this friendship, and you don't have any value to me, then only thing I can do is just drop my time and valuable resources on you, and you're a depreciating asset. I got to sell you. You're done. I got to let you go, basically. And it's simply how it is. And I ain't got a problem with letting somebody go, especially when they come at me. Because the sad part about that, when women do that, they expect you to fold and be like, no, don't. I'll miss you. No, I don't. I'm like, all right. The motherfuckers change their tune like minutes later, like, oh shit, this nigga ain't folding. Most times niggas just fold. Most men just fold. This nigga ain't folding at all. And it's typically how it is. So like, they're more likely to fold than I am. Like, shit, I can withstand hurricane force winds when it comes to shit like that. So yeah, you're more likely to fold before I am at the end of the day because you're not strong enough. Because the sad part about that is, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, it always ends up being they need me more than I need them at the end of the day. Because here's the thing. If I provide you value, but you don't provide me value, who needs who more? Obviously, I don't need you because you provide no value to me. It's not like we're talking, not like we're fucking, not like we're really good friends, not like we're having sex, not like we're dating, and you're not even a family member. So what value do you bring to me? None. So that means you can go for all intents and purposes. I'm more likely to get rid of a person that don't bring me value than I am a person that annoys the fuck out of me, basically. If you know what I mean. I'm more likely to get rid of a person that doesn't bring me value than a person that is like just annoys me or that makes me laugh. And that's the only quality is the fact that they make me laugh. I'm more likely to get rid of a person that brings me no value than anything else, basically. If you bring no value to me, I'm more likely to get rid of you for all intents and purposes. If you have no value to me, I'm more likely to I'm willing to get rid of you. And that's pretty much how it's always been, especially when it comes to women. Like, okay, you want me to be upset that you don't want me to talk to you no more. Okay, so what if I'm going to miss you? What about you? Am I actually going to? This is what you basically have to ask yourself and ask them. What about you? Am I actually going to miss? Go. Don't worry, I'll wait. Yeah, it is definitely good medicine. And basically ask them, what is it about your character that'll make me miss you enough to want you back? Basically, don't think about that. And I want you to really think about that. And I want you to ask them that. Like, what is it about your character that will make me want to miss you? Or what is it about your character that makes you think that, I'm going to cave? And that's something that you got to be willing to that's something that you got to be willing to do and challenge basically when it comes to women. Because the sad part about that, women think they have this intrinsic value, but if they're not providing you anything, like if they're not providing you an ear to listen to or a shoulder to cry on, or I'm not saying cry on a girl's shoulder, but they're not offering you like any emotional support. They're not offering you any fucking sex. If you're not banging them, if you're not in a relationship with them, and you're not related to them, they really aren't providing you any value. And if they say that I'm value, then you need to get rid of that person because they definitely provide you with no value. Basically, it is what it is. So yeah, so don't forget that, and always be willing to, you know, get rid of a person that's pointless in your life that don't provide you, who doesn't provide you any value or any really anything that that you enjoy. Basically, anything that you get enjoyment out of. If they're not providing you anything that you're getting enjoyment out of, or if they're not providing you any value to your life or any value to your friendship or your well-being, then get rid of that person. So that means if they're not there for you when you go through rough times and you're always there for them, if they're not there for you, if they're not banging you, if they're not dating you, if they're not feeding you, if they're not family members, get rid of them. Hell, I would say even get rid of family members that's doing none of that shit for you, basically. So yeah. So if you got family members that are just doing stupid shit all the time and getting themselves into stupid shit, get rid of them too. Like 86 them. Just 86 them, get rid of them. Don't talk to them no more. At the end of the day. Um, but what's up? For the love of God, you changed your name there. MGTOW Threads. I see. But what's up? How you doing? But yeah, it's one of those things where you got it. What's up? Black pill, red pill. By the way. But yeah, you basically got to be. You got to always be willing to actually get rid of people, and you have to know your value. You have to know your worth. At the end of the day, so you definitely can't. You definitely can't. Keep these people around. Like he's saying, it's basically a crabs in a bucket analogy because they're basically holding you back, and they're not even trying to boost you up. They're basically just holding you back. Basically, at the end of the day, the sad part about that, if you date a woman and if she don't got your back 100% and she's not riding for you, she's basically holding you back. And if you get rid of that woman, you'll find out very quickly how fast you start climbing and propelling yourself out of where the hell you are, basically, at the end of the day, because she's basically just holding you back like crabs in a bucket, basically. But that's enough of my time. I'll catch you on the next stream. The next stream will be at 1. Let's Talk Facts All Women will be the name of the stream. So I'm doing a Let's Talk Facts on women, basically. So that should be fun. But y'all have a blessed day. Be good to yourselves. Treat yourselves like milk, do nothing but spoil yourselves. And y'all be good. And don't lay with fleas. Because if you lay with dogs, you're going to get fleas, basically, when it comes to women. So don't lay with somebody that's not worth your time. Don't lay with somebody that's not worth your time, that's not putting in time and effort. Never waste time on somebody who's not putting in the same time or effort than anybody else at the end of the day. My best advice to you is only put in as much energy as they're putting in. Only care about them as much as they care about, as your perception of them caring about you at the end of the day. So if they're half-assing it, you half-ass it. If they're not caring at all and are faking it, you don't care at all and you fake it at the end of the day. Only put in what you're getting out of that relationship or friendship, basically. Never put in anything extra if that person's not willing to put in anything extra themselves at the end of the day. But that's enough of my time. Get rid of them, cast them off. Do what you got to do, basically, to get rid of them at the end of the day. See ya.
I'm a big freight train and I ain't pumping no brakes. Niggas walking by the tracks like something same. Fool, what you think? Got a couple loose screws. A trigger happy nigga with a couple new tools. I figure half these niggas trying to stay on point, but these rookie ass niggas trying to gain some points.